So let's go all the way back to the beginning, and we'll end with this one. And so again, thank you all to everyone for coming tonight. And this, by the way, is absolutely true, mostly. Kelly and I met in high school, our senior year of high school. She had gone to Joliet West. I had gone to Joliet East. East was closed. They redrew the district. We both ended up at Joliet Central. And the rest is history, except that it took a while to get to history. A truer love story has never been told. Before my last name supplanted hers, my wife hated my guts. Believe it or not, this is a story of true love, though it is both post and anti-Valentine's Day. Because just after Valentine's Day in 1985, my life changed. On February 21st, 1985, Kelly became my future. We have spent more than half of our lives together. That two teens fell in love is neither particularly unique nor especially interesting until one considers our relationship prior to that first date. She absolutely despised me. Kelly and I met our senior year in high school. And I don't blame her, by the way. Just for the record, Your Honor, to the camera, I don't blame her. Although I was pretty darn cool in high school, I gotta say. Kelly and I met our senior year in high school. We were both new to the school, so we didn't know each other. As she described me, I was a pompous egomaniac bent on controlling the school, if not the world. In hindsight, she was more right than wrong. Kelly has smoothed my rough edges considerably. But fully unfurled, I can still be a tough flag to salute. I certainly had an air of confidence thanks to my involvement in numerous student activities, and I was rightly proud of my several positions of student leadership. But all Kelly saw was overbearing hubris. We didn't meet cute. In fact, our first encounters only strengthened her perception of me. I was editor of the student newspaper. She typed copy on the then new computer system. Yes, though my children refused to believe it, we are old enough to remember when there were no computers. Kelly also had the added, which by the way made me her boss. Kelly also had the added pleasure of watching...
Okay, sorry.
What? No audience interruption.
For 30 years. So
True.
Rule number 12, Tom.
Right. An addendum, 12B. Kelly also had the added pleasure of watching me fawn daily over my girlfriend at that time. As most teenagers do at some point in most of their young relationships, I seriously thought I would spend the rest of my life with that young woman. The rest of my life lasted about 5 months. Fast forward to the December of my freshman year in college. My faith in women had only recently been restored, but was still fragile after the aforementioned girlfriend had ripped my heart from its moorings, stomped on, and handed back to me to the prior spring. But the lovelorn and common sense are often strangers. The ex-girlfriend asked me for a ride to a holiday party to a mutual friend's house. I obliged, thinking that this was her way of re-stoking our past embers. The only fire was in my heart. The only smoke was in my eyes. The ex-girlfriend merely needed a ride, and to make matters worse, she met another guy at the party. Luckily for me, Kelly also came to the shindig. Trying to make my ex jealous, I sidled up to Kelly in the ex's line of sight and planted a holiday smooch on her cheek. Now, to this day, my wife says that that kiss turned everything around. I didn't think it was particularly innovative or memorable as kisses go, but what do I know? I've never kissed myself. Even ever the dense man, and I understand from many women that that phrase is redundant, I missed her flashing neon signals of interest for 2 months. But we finally went on our first date, a college dance, on February 20th, 1985. The next day, I called the 3 other girls that I was haphazardly dating and wished them all a happy life. Many years later, I am still cynical, sarcastic, and doubting. My tongue is only partly in cheek when I say that people are like stray cats, If you keep feeding them, they keep coming around. I don't like cats, and I tend not to trust most people, at least at first. But among countless life lessons that my wife has taught me, I have learned from Kelly that most people are very nice if only given a chance. Cats still irritate me though. Kelly has an amazing vision of the heart, a quality I lack, a quality I admire and I covet. She saw through my flinty veneer, but more than merely being able to see through me, she wanted to see through me. And when I fought her peeking into my soul, she smiled and laughed until I let my guard down. All these years later, she still laughs at me. Most of the time it is with love in her heart. The other times, well, let's just say I often reap what I sow. But I am glad to have her by my side as we plow together through life. Just don't tell anyone I said so. I don't want people to think I'm a nice guy. Happy anniversary, and I love you.